Hey, it's Steve Zelenardo, Mike Gaddy, Real Estate on Record here. We have another episode. We have a banger. This is Mike Gaddy talking about his journeys of his new sale of the property.
That was
What
not
is
this
it?
one, but we can go.
What is
this.
it? What is this one? Brand recognition? Here, we'll do it again. Do it
No,
again.
I'm keeping that in.
Yeah?
So we're talking about brand recognition, my man.
Okay.
So number one thing, and I think everyone wants to know because the Treviso and Steve Zelenardo, Mike Gaddy brand is. Where can we buy those mugs, dude?
God damn, they're pretty.
I think I want all the
if
colors.
you buy a house, you get one.
Yeah,
for free.
I gave him one.
It's for free though.
Yeah,
It's
but
free.
you
just
gave
gotta
me,
buy
what
the
color
house.
did you give me? You gave me what colors do you have? You have green.
No, the yellow is Florida. This is
Canadian
the
edition.
Canadian line.
So
This
what did I
Canadian
get?
edition.
Yellow?
You got yellow, bro.
Because you bought it in Florida.
Yeah, I got the special. You get the OG. When you buy right in Florida, you get the cups in Florida, bro.
I love it. Brand recognition. Now, when you created Treviso Realty, let's start right from Florida because it's right in front of us. What came to mind when you said, okay, you know what? First of all, I'm going to call it this. I'm going to design it this way. I want it to have this feel. Talk to me about it.
Okay, so listen, yeah, and if you read the back, it says, live the sunshine state of mind in Southwest Florida, right? So the goal, again, when we were talking about vision, passion, like what are you passionate about? If you know me, I'm a very, very, absolutely proud to be Northern Italian, like Treviso, the whole thing. If you go to it's a very special place. My attitude, my character, the way we do things. Mikey, I was teaching Mikey about this too, and he's like, shit, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
So Treviso to me is a very special place. This is what I'll always hold on to this. Like a country you live in is a country, but my DNA is from here. This is the people. This is us. This is my blood, right? So that's cool. That obviously there's a lot, and for my old man too. This is obviously where my dad's from. My dad had a massive stroke in 2020. This is like I've always wanted to do something, for him. Like the build, even though he probably doesn't even care, but it was like this to do it and show him that I can do it, and maybe it's that son having your dad proud of them.
He'll never
or
tell you, but he is obviously.
Yeah, well, anyway, he's definitely proud for sure. But I mean, this is probably just an homage to him too, because he's very proud to be Northern, right? It was a whole thing, proudness in the house to be a Northerner.
So why didn't you call Treviso when you were here, when you started it up here?
We don't. Again, starting as a carpenter, I was telling Mikey this, and this kind of makes sense. This is actually my whole life. It's like building a plane being dropped from the sky at 40,000 feet. You drop it, you're in the fuselage, and now you're building it before you hit the ground. So it's like you're building it, the wings, you're at 30,000 feet. You got to put a tail, you're at 20,000 feet. Shit, you got to put a propeller on it, put the cylinders for the engine, start it. Maybe it's only running on like 4 cylinders, and you're like, yeah, you're almost hitting the ground, and then you're starting to get, because it's near bankruptcy clearly when 4 of 8 of your cylinders are like going, and you almost hit the ground, but you didn't. You have enough power to kind of edge up, and then you're building that engine now.
So now you're telling me building a brand is like nose diving into the ground, right?
Well, what I'm doing in America is it's like I don't know
even
anybody
over
there.
Here, technically, you went into it thinking, I don't know if
but
it's gonna
brand
work.
recognition was there. Like I joined Royal LePage first, so that people know that's a real estate company, or they sell glue, whatever you want. That's what people thought. He's a cold call. What are you selling? Glue? LePage? What is this? What kind of glue are you selling? Like, no, we sell real estate.
LePage.
I swear to God.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. So then after, when I joined Remax, is like,
Oh, you start off in Royal LePage.
yes, 2 years or so, right? And then after Remax, if actually in that file shows my first time I hit the board, it was like number 2 in the office. It was like, "Rrr." But so then Remax was huge brand recognition. When you seen those colors, red, white, and blue, like America, baby. But it's like, just realized that now. But anyway, so when you saw that, you knew that those guys sold houses. There was no complication. So that's huge brand recognition.
Absolutely.
So I mean, for someone like me that I just needed a place to hang my hat. I didn't have the experience to set up an office, nor did I want to spend time on that. My job was to go out and make sales. So the brand and stuff like that, let them deal with it like it is here. And then when we had obviously enough money to do it, and the experience rather. So now you talk to me, and again, I didn't get any training from Remax. I'm going to give them 0 credit for any of the training. I've done everything else.
But you plug them every single time you introduce yourself.
Clearly, because that's a legal thing too. So, but anyway,
Really?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also in the cards and everything in the signs.
Okay.
But anyway, so going into Florida, clearly the
just all yours.
experience is there. I am who I am. Remax didn't make me. It's a simple brand recognition. Then it's easy instead of setting up a brokerage, even though we have a sub branch brokerage. So when we got into Florida, it was very easy. We had enough money. We have enough knowledge. We have an idea of how to create this business. We've done the back end. When everyone was shying away from sub branch offices, I did it. So I gained the experience with trust accounts. Everything is for a reason. You can't go the easier route. You got to go the hard one. And when you're doing the hard one, and when there's not as much pressure on you, you can fine tune it. So then when you can adapt it to another system, it's easy. It's just a plug and play. It's like literally putting a new program in a computer.
But essentially, when you call yourself Steven Zelenardo, you call yourself Mike Gaddy. That's essentially the very first brand that you're representing, because you are representing your own name, correct?
Yeah.
In the real estate world, people that don't know you as, hey, that Remax guy. They're going to know you as Mike Gaddy from, Steven Zelenardo and Zelenardo Associates.
Yeah.
So he's got a realtor. But now you took on a different role, a different hat.
Yes. But the thing is, I like this. This is me. So,
what's you? The palm trees?
Treviso. I'm so passionate about this. This is a place in Italy. Look how beautiful that is. But
that's Florida. That's not you.
But this is what I'm representing.
Okay.
I'm representing lifestyle change. When we sell houses, and I don't want to sound corny, it's not like a traditional, I need to get out of the rain. You're selling somebody like a life, a beautiful life. You get to do everything. I was telling my wife on the phone today, it's like, maybe the 4th of July, we're going to stay home to Dubai. We go, no. We're going out. We're going to celebrate. You go to the parks. Everything is lit up. There's music, live music. There's food trucks.
I thought you're an introvert, man. Aren't you an introvert?
You got to break patterns, buddy. And again, if I'm in a big crowd, not like I'm like communicating. I have my little crew, so I'm always I'm always in an intimate situation.
But you're around like life.
Yeah,
and
there's
party
stuff
and all that.
happening,
Yeah,
music and experience. Good thing about Southwest Florida, for example, and I can't speak this to the East Coast. Maybe it is the same, but it's everything is. You don't got to pay for anything. You can find something to do every single day. Every day. Doesn't matter what. You can go to a show. You can go to a concert. You can go to a car show, whatever. There's always something going on. A food truck show. If you like gun shows, and those ones you got to pay for. But there's always something of entertainment.
But wait, we're getting off track here. So branding, right? So you've branded something that now has a bit of credibility to it, clearly.
Yeah, for sure.
You're obviously still building it because it's still, I guess, not infant stages, but it's still fairly new.
It's new, but it's old to me, if that makes sense.
Correct.
So the real estate office is Treviso Realty. The development and Mike is from Treviso too, so it's like you can be proud of that.
Are you,
too.
Mike?
We're the same mix. Half
Really?
Trevisan, half Sicilian.
Yeah, same.
From the north
You're
and the
Abruzzese.
south. No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
What
So
is
you
it?
guys are from the same cut,
Yes.
same mold.
Same thing.
Identical.
So weird to say.
So Treviso makes
Yeah.
sense to you
and
too.
his
Big time. And I didn't realize till he taught me. Because my
Wow.
dad's he's a perfectionist, everything. Like,
Sure.
my dad was
By
a
the book.
carpenter also.
Yeah.
And then my whole life, that everything has to be clean, perfect. Like,
Straight lines. That's
Straight
my dad
lines.
too.
Yeah.
And you saw what my
Yeah,
dad can
yeah,
create
yeah,
too as a carpenter.
yeah.
Everything's
I
got
don't
to
know
be
what happened
neat,
to you,
straight.
yeah.
Hey, dude, I
What
know
happened
how
to you?
I
You fell
can.
through the cracks.
I
bro.
can wield wood.
You're
like
fucking
no one's
balls.
business.
We should have a podcast of wielding wood, buddy. I'll smoke you.
No chance.
No, I'll get killed.
No,
No good.
Yeah,
I'm no
100%
good
you'll
at
get
it. I
killed.
suck.
But
I can nail shit.
speaking of which, when you're building brands, and Mike, you know this firsthand, so for example, you took what Steve built, and like you said, Steve, he's now taking it like higher up to a different level.
No, not the different level.
Not
I'm
a different
maintaining.
level, but we're growing in a different light, different way.
It's a business now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now it's something of sustainability.
Yeah.
But now there's also Treviso Homes.
Treviso Homes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so there's Treviso Realty, Treviso Homes, Veneto Properties, which Veneto is the region, and Treviso is inside of it. So again, they're all sleeved.
Veneto
And then-
Properties, what is that? Property management?
Property management company. Yeah, that's so Veneto, like they're all, and I was gonna get Treviso management that wasn't available. Someone stole
But or else
it.
you went for it?
Oh, damn right. Keep it all linear. TM, TR, TH, everything is all.
Would you ever
Treviso-
change it here? Or would it not
Like,
even be worth it?
To Treviso.
Because right now he's Zelenardo and Associates.
Maybe, I don't know. How
Like,
the
would
future-
it? Because I don't think it would work here because you've already built a well-recognized brand here.
No, if it's us, that's the brand. As you just said, it's Steve Zelenardo, Mike Gaddy. All you gotta do is kind of manipulate this and put pine trees and a bunch of things in there. That's all.
Or a maple leaf.
I don't know that there has to be any trees.
Yeah, just bold.
I do like the fact. So tell me something. When you created this brand, did you take the time to say, all right, if I had to promote something, I would like it to accompany these colors, like colors. Let's talk about colors.
No, you know what? I sold Chris from I forgot Chris's company, but Chris was doing our podcast in the previous a lot of our video in the early on. Actually, you met Chris for the first day we met.
Mm.
But so Chris, I kind of told him, me and you, my psychotic way of communicating, where it's just like, I just want a logo, put colors in it, figure it out. So that was like, now do something. So Chris came out with this, and I'm like, sold. He came out with this, and he did all the light blues are all just. I'm like, no, I like this fade.
The fade is nice.
Fade's beautiful. It gives the whole concept. And then if you see in my office, I got that big wall sign. And again, that sign's, look at this, the progress of that sign. Started in a single office to a double to a triple. And then we're going to take that off, and when we buy our building, it's just going to be in there. We'll just put some lights and LEDs to make it real.
Light it up.
Light it
But
up.
it's the same sign that went in from
The
side to
single
side to
office,
side.
doesn't matter how small the office, people don't get it. You got every space you have, you got to make it your own. If it's small,
right.
make it your own. I hung everything, I did everything. Second office, same thing. Then third office, throw all that shit away, start new again. New desk, new everything. And now even just off the phone with the landlord now, because we're currently leasing until we're able. We can buy now, but I want to put the money into development.
You
Doesn't
can
make
buy
sense.
what? The office?
Yeah,
Oh.
the adjacent one was for sale, $400,000, but I'd rather put it in what we're
Into
doing.
your
Right?
own thing, right?
Yeah, I want to build the house in Cape,
Yeah, of
right? If
course.
we got to pay cash, we'll have to do it.
Sure.
But ultimately, now that sign's in that third office, and then when we finally buy, because we'll run out of space, hopefully in the next 6 months, 6 to 12 months, if business continues, then we'll be forced to buy it. And we're gonna bring that sign again, and that sign's gonna follow us right to the end. And then
It's
when
the
we're
OG.
it's the OG, and it's a beautiful sign. It's spent like $1,200 on it. It's all aluminum. It's all aluminum cast, like CNC, like properly done. Sprayed airbrush. I don't know what it was, but anyway, it's like powder coated. So that thing's coming forever. If we got to change a little bit of the whatever it is, the background that it's on, but it's
So let's talk about that. So Mike, you went from plumber, electrician, to transition yourself to real estate. What are you looking at?
no
Why? Live on a podcast.
No,
What is happening here?
This is the guy, our consultant for the construction, the house we're building in Cape.
Ah.
But we try to get
You should answer it. Let's talk about it on the podcast.
No, I don't think we
No,
talked
it's
about it.
So, Mike, the transition for you in regards to branding yourself, like you were a well-respected electrician, and now you're becoming a well-respected realtor. Hopefully builder when we're ready to put the shovel in the ground.
Yeah.
How does that? How are you building a legacy for yourself like that?
It's a totally different world. I'm gonna be honest. Going from electrical to working for someone,
Night and day.
It's there's no even comparison. The only thing I can tell you that my previous job had was it taught me patterns and basically structure to give me basically what I need today. But at the end of the day, there's no, for branding, I didn't own my own company. So I'm basically coming into this blind where it's like I had to learn about this. So yeah,
Sure.
I took a couple little small courses to understand.
Of course.
It is more like just online courses just to see what I have to do to get into it, getting in front of a camera, which is the biggest thing, right? It's a little bit uncomfortable, I'm gonna be honest,
Sure.
especially at the beginning.
For sure.
So even now, it's not, it's
But
better.
You've become accustomed to it now.
Yeah, but it's do I love doing it? No, but we have to do it to grow our brand, right?
100%.
Just the things like that. Obviously, Steve's on a different level when it comes to like having the vision for the brand.
Steve's also been in this for how many years now, Steve? Total?
since 2010.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the paver, though. He's
He
paving the road.
He paved it.
Yeah.
And now we're at the stage like Treviso was. Did you ever think of Treviso way back when?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Treviso Capital Corp is the duplex. Treviso Capital
Oh.
is always Treviso Whole.
always
I have
been there.
have LLCs here. Always, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, it's not necessarily that the name all of a sudden went haha like a brand like
No,
come
no.
out of nowhere in a dream. You've always had it, but now it's like let me implement it here, and here.
Southwest Florida. If this was like Ohio or something like that,
Yeah.
it's not going to be good.
It's not gonna work.
No, but if you go to Southwest Florida, I did a video on this early on. All the neighborhoods are named in Italian. All the communities, all the streets, all like everything is in Italian. So Treviso, this is everyone can spell it there. Treviso Realty. Okay.
They can say it. They can say Treviso.
They say Treviso.
It's okay.
And I'm saying
Dude,
it like that too, because
close,
I'm like,
close enough.
it's Treviso. I can't see, you
Yeah.
know, like I'm like,
Like a-
it's Treviso,
like a
Treviso
gladiator.
Realty. So I'm like,
Like a
yeah, you
gladiator.
gotta like,
Treviso.
Americanize it. But I mean, at the end, it's like people understand it, people can spell it, because
I
they're
don't think
used.
people understand it.
No, they-
People
no,
are
they-
not going
sorry.
to say, hey, it's from Italy.
But they understand that it blends with the area. They don't
okay.
understand. I have to explain to them.
Sure.
What we do there with realtors too, like we do a lot of new construction purchases. Like I'll give them a basket, and what I do is I give them a Treviso basket. Just try to educate them.
So let's talk about that. So you also give away stuff. I saw you had, geez, what was it? It was a frisbee. It was a towel.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
So in brand,
Yeah.
why did you do that?
So look, when people come into the state, and they call me, I'm their point for Florida real estate. I want to give you something. I appreciate you. So here you're gonna get a beautiful bag, right? Like a nice
Like a tote bag.
a beach bag.
A beach
Not
bag.
even tote,
Oh, okay.
beautiful beach bag. You gotta see the new ones are even better.
Yeah, I haven't got one. Well, I have to buy another house.
You gotta go to Florida.
Gotta come.
I got to
bro.
buy another house in
I'll
Florida.
get you one. Let me
Okay.
remind me.
Yeah,
though. I don't,
give
you
me
know,
a
I
whole-
don't remember.
yeah, give me
But
a
in there we got beautiful beach towels that were Turkish, linen and stuff like that, like the material, like very good stuff, all branded Treviso Realty. But it looks good. It looks like proper.
It doesn't look
It's
like a tacky
It doesn't say
thing.
this is like look at what Remax
Yeah.
at. No, if you see Treviso and you put Realty a little small and you have this palm tree, people will wear it because it looks
Yes.
cool, right?
That's what I wanted to say
Correct.
right there. So the Remax, they have this hat that says sold massive. I'm not wearing that.
No one's wearing that.
You don't wear that?
Even if I owned the company, I wouldn't wear it. It's terrible.
It's a little bit much.
It's way much. It
like-
doesn't make sense.
It's driving a Hummer with 40-inch wheels. I get it. You know, it doesn't.
So
yeah.
Treviso, for example,
It's
Subtle.
it's clean, and it actually makes you feel proud because there's something to it.
Yeah, it's
it's very nice.
beautiful. Yeah.
But that's another thing that you created when it comes to brand.
So they come
Not
in,
tacky.
they get this beautiful beach bag. The towels are in there. These beach towels. You get like sunglasses. You get lip balm. You get sunblock. You get what's that green stuff you put on your skin after
Aloe.
you burn?
Aloe.
Aloe. You're getting a sand bucket with a bucket with a shovel
kids.
For the kids, you're getting
Sure.
a frisbee. You're getting a beach ball. Now we're gonna put a hat in there now. So you get this thing. You ain't throwing any of that out.
Of course not. It's all practical.
And again, it's pricey. It's not cheap. You're looking
course.
at probably $100 US a bag, I would imagine at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's a gift. And then what do we do? Even so, like it's hilarious. And you know what I love about this? I can start everything fresh. Like everything is new. I'm writing the book with 14-year knowledge as a writer. So I can write every chapter how I want to write it. Didn't have to. Again, I'm spending a shitload of money, clearly, but I can write it how I want. I don't have to worry about I can't spend $10 there.
Yeah,
100.
but Steve, if you're watching the pennies now, like, what are we doing?
I'm
here?
wild right now. It's the most I've ever spent.
But it's
on
all
anything.
gonna
Mike can
benefit
attest to
you.
that.
But it's all gonna benefit.
But what I like too, so look, these sales agents now that work for Lennar, Polte, DR, Toll Brothers, whatever it is, whoever we're dealing with, we do a deal, and I bring a closing basket for them too. Just a small gift, like $50 US, let's call it. I'll give them. It's a whole Treviso effect. So, Aperol Spritz, you like that drink?
No,
No, this fucking guy.
Some
I really don't, man.
You suck, bro.
It's not.
Anyway,
great.
this is a real Italian drink. If
So
you're in the
cognac,
summer,
yeah?
no, that's garbage. It's French. What are you? What's wrong with you? What a traitor.
Okay.
What kind of Italian are you?
Well,
You think
Vecchia-
that's Italian?
what about Vecchia
Stock
Romana?
Yeah, there you go. And Stock
Garbage.
84. What are you drinking?
Isn't Aperol from Treviso?
That's Trevisan. So what I do is
I'm not from Treviso.
Okay,
I'm Calabrese.
so when I give these people a basket, I give them a bottle of Aperol. I give them the whole the actual highlight of Treviso, like what it. Like
Brilliant.
an actual like description of Treviso,
I love it.
the city. My wife did it for me, and then it's like you get 2 glasses. You get the whole like way to make the Aperol, the recipe, the whole thing,
amazing.
the glasses,
Smart, man.
and you put a few cups in. Boom.
That's branding right
so
there.
now you go to these offices.
Why don't it's making me go down.
You go in the office, but what do you see? What's on their desk? In Lennar Homes.
For sure. A nice
What is that?
Treviso mug.
Yeah, because you're not gonna throw. It's beautiful, right? The branding's great, and so now, like I talked to one lady. She's very high producing agent. Actually, she was in Mike Ferry. So when we were in coaching together, she was there. She was a killer agent too. Gita.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's hilarious. She was doing 50, 60 transactions a year. She was a killer.
Wow.
And when she was doing general real estate, which is what we call resale here. So she was like in my fucking career selling, and she'll sell, I don't know, 60 deals a year, 70 deals a year, and that's different realtors.
This
Maybe
is
some
here?
That's in Florida.
Florida. Okay.
She's like,
Wow.
in my career, 13 years, selling 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 deals a
That's
year.
a lot.
You're the first agent that ever bought me anything.
Get out of here. I wonder why.
Look at how you can write the chapters there. Now I need something. No, again, I don't expect it. I give it out of love. I appreciate it. They helped out my clients. Forget it. But I got a little pull. I got a little attachment. We have a
100%.
relationship,
100%.
And I found out recently through another client of mine from New York. From a client from New York that they all know each other, and it's like there's a situation where I could lose these referrals, right? Going forward, I finally break into the U.S. market, and she stood up for. She's like, no, any deal has to go through Steve.
Oh, that's amazing.
She stuck up for me.
That's amazing.
And I don't know if
you
that's
don't forget stuff like that.
I don't know if that's the basket.
Steve, it's a little bit of everything, man. It's even your personality. It's the fact that you'll take the time to say hi to her for no reason, just because.
A hug. Yeah. How you doing? How's your family?
100%.
But I genuinely like them. All the people that I've met, like Shannon called us when we were in the car. Like, I like these people.
Because they're genuinely not trying to solicit anything from you.
They're just nice people. Mm-hmm. Shannon, she's every time how's a cold plunge? She cold plunges, so we shoot the shit. She's like, like she's a great and like great health. She keeps herself well.
So let me ask you something. You've now clearly branded yourself in the product space. What about when it comes to social media? And obviously, we're doing one right now. But what has it been for you to brand yourself on social media? Have you seen, not necessarily an ROI on it, but notoriety?
Yeah, I think what I saw early on was what we were taught, the cold call and this whole thing. I get it, and I like to work hard and to get results. But at the same time, what happens is you're becoming a anonymous agent or a private agent rather. So no one really knew, Steve's actually a lot smarter, more intelligent, more aware of the market than my realtor. How are they going to know that? And I felt like I had so much value compared to the people in our industry, and not to be whatever, to be, put anyone down. But I feel when you communicate with people, you can see where their level of ability is, right? And how they do things, how they buy, how they sell their own stuff, they buckle. I'm like, how are you doing all these deals? Doesn't make sense. So I figured at this point, I'm like, and again, this was one of these conferences we went to, and it was, I gotta start. I think it was in 2016. I started that Mondays with Steve, and every Monday, no matter what, if I gotta miss Monday, it'll be Tuesday. I've been doing it since 2016.
Wow.
And I think the reality is again, I'm not a racehorse. I don't run the fastest.
You're a nerd.
I'm a donkey.
You're a nerd.
I am a donkey. I am gonna find a destination, and I'm gonna keep walking.
But that's what you.
I don't need water. I don't need food. Put the weight on my back, but I'm gonna make it there.
Of course.
And as the racehorse takes a great start, he's dead after 200 yards, and I'm just pass by him and pass another one. I learned this also in cycling. You ever rode cycle?
Of course, definitely.
But what did you ride?
No. Cycling, actual, like 2K cycling.
2K, what is that?
Dude, 2 kilometer cycling.
2 kilometers? No, I'm talking 100-kilometer rides, like real cycling.
Oh, 100 kilometers, so it's going to take you 4 hours.
Like man cycling.
Oh, man.
With shaved legs. Just saying. That's the first time I shaved my legs, actually. Cycling. But look, so cycling was a big, again, this is road cycling where you're in a group of, the guys you want to hit on the road when you see them all taking up the whole thing?
Sure.
That was one of those guys.
Those guys,
in the tights. We're going to get back into it.
Yeah,
so when we used to go out, I remember where I started in cycling. I couldn't make it, vomiting, the whole thing. Obviously out of shape. This is 2011. And watching like these guys just stretch their legs, and I couldn't catch them. It was like, and I'm terrible at directions, if you notice. So it's
and a terrible driver.
I don't know where these eyes are. I'm gonna guess. That's all I guess. And put more. So what happens is, are you seeing the progression and the confidence? Then it can stay in the tail, and then it was the. Then you stayed in the middle of the pack. Then you led the pack, and then you anchored the pack, and then you controlled the pack. So it was a whole progression. And then if you saw like on hills are tricky because mentally you gotta be strong. Because what happens is people look at that hill and they go into like a frenzy. They get so scared of it and they want to attack it because they don't want to get stuck. But it's that old bull, young bull theory. So I would watch guys just attack it like. Just fly by me and I'm staying consistent. Maybe 35 clicks, 37 clicks. And
the tortoise in the hare, man.
And that guy's going 45, 46, just blows by me, right? Because we started in this pack, and as the hill comes, we all start to kind of scatter out, and everyone attacks it differently. You should do it like linear,
gradual,
right?
Sure.
I mean, it should be together and switch like a team, but these are savages. So literally everyone fans out, and you see these guys... And then I look at it, I'm like, I'm doing 37. I'm going to do 37 until it turns into 35, 33, 27, 22. And I'm going to hold it at 22 because that's where my strength is. I know where
22 what?
Kilometers an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm talking kilometers. So 37 kilometers, you can see as you're gradually going up, you're losing speed, right?
Sure.
But you're going to hold it, and you're going to work with your gears, your transmission.
Sure.
Like bang, bang. Make sure that rotation. You're looking at your cadence. You're at 80
Sure.
cadence. Your heartbeat, keep it at 140. Anything over, you're going to go over exerted. So you start, slow down, breathe.
Sure.
And these guys are going. They're at 170 beats per minute, 180. And these are the strongest guys ever. In the flats, you can't catch them. And then you just see them just die out one after another, and you're staying consistent.
They're gassing out.
And you're just another gear down, and you're just passing them. And then you get to the top of the hill, and if they're like you're at the top of the hill, boom, you just start accelerating, just bang, down gear, down gear, down gear. And you get from like, you get to the top, maybe you're at 16 kilometers, then you level out and you just fucking just start jamming it again. Your heartbeat's at 140, 150, maybe 160, whatever. You're bringing it down slowly and you hold it so you can keep going. But the guys that attack it, boom, they're dead. And that's literally, I don't know what we were talking about.
We're talking about social media.
Oh, so there you go. But
That makes sense.
But it's like that, and you see that in Instagram and all that shit, right? Where people start and they don't finish, they don't commit to it. Even as Mondays with Steve, it's not high production. It's the worst production ever. But the information's good. I do it with the phone, or I do it with my loom over articles. It's not very attractive, but I do it, and there's good information. If you want to learn something about real estate, there's a lot of stuff in there, and I do it consistently. And that's obviously we get a lot of feedback too with realtors that watch it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Steve, we passed 50 episodes.
With the podcast?
Yeah.
Wow.
50.
Oh, wow.
50 is a lot of... See, but that's consistency at its best.
Yeah.
Even you do a whole bunch of mornings with Steve. Regardless of what the numbers are, regardless of what you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with social media. The consistency is never longevity.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, let me try it out for a week. What are you going to see in a week? It's like branding. So let's say Treviso, it works for you now. And then in a month you're saying, yeah, you know what? Let me rebrand it.
Again, that's the guy that
Still good.
attacks the hill with full force. You got to attack the hill with intelligence.
Sure.
And that's how you're going to make it through the hill at a nice, consistent speed. And when you get to the top, you'll be able to cycle back through the gears and get back up to 30, 40 clicks an hour. That's the difference.
Sure.
When you see a challenge, you got to be able to learn how to attack it. And it's all about that breathing. And cycling was so good for me mentally because you want to give up. And running now, for me, I love it. Because as soon as you run down the street, you're like, fuck, what am I doing? I'm like, my shin starts hurting, then your Achilles, and your fucking everything starts like there's pain. But you're like, just keep going, bro. Just keep going. And then the pain goes and you start picking up the speed and you're like, holy fuck. You're starting looking at I'm running like
So jacked.
oh bro, it was amazing. So like literally I was running 6:30 minutes a mile. So 6 minutes and 30 seconds a mile, which is, I think that's either it's low fours, like 4:05 a minute, something like that, or something crazy, or like high threes, like something ridiculous. I ended up running a 6:57 because the first mile was it turned out to be like a 7, I forgot what it was, 7:30, because you start slower, like my pain and this and that,
and then you
just
and you're kidding.
power.
Well, when you run in a race, right, especially this race that we're doing right now in this podcast, when you get to the finish line, people start saying, man, where did this guy come from?
Where do you find these guys?
So, Mike, if we had to find you, right at that camera, where could they find you?
You can find me at Mike Gaddy Realtor on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
YouTube,
where can they find you?
everywhere, all the above.
At Steven Zelonardo, and of course, what we were just
Treviso
talking about,
Realty,
at Treviso
for
Realty.
sure.
Guys, until the next episode.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Ciao.
Yeah.